All right, so I got a lot of nobody asking for my thoughts and opinions on the new Batman suit for the movie The Batman. Now, normally when I feel like I might be excited into something, I'm a little hit or miss because sometimes I like to avoid information and then sometimes I like to check in on it. So I kind of avoided the details when it came to the Batman as far as what's going to be going on, like plot leaks and whatever. Or story overall. When it comes to the images, though, I am kind of curious to see how it's going, what it's looking like. So we got our first kind of images of one version of the bat suit. I don't think this is complete. First off, they got to add some effects to it in post production. Second off, I don't know if this is a different variation, that he's wearing maybe early on. You guys know the drill. I would say, maybe it changes a little depending on what mission he's going on, but I think this is an early version of Batman. So, yeah, listen, going into this, I'm not all that impressed, but I understand there's effects that they're going to do to this. This is a stunt double, too, for those who are totally new to this footage. So we have a stunt double. There's a number of different pictures. We have this one here, and we're going to go back and look at some because I do think his collection of pens is quite impressive. I'm a pen guy myself. If I'm at a restaurant and a waitress has a really smooth pen, I'm probably going to try to yeet that shit, Anyway, so you got his little pen collection. I'm assuming that's some type of bolts or darts or something that looks like to reload. I say that because up close, when you're looking at it, it does look like these two black areas on either end hold whatever this is. And maybe he takes it off and reloads some kind of device. You guys let me know what you think about that. I do like some of the guards here. Shoulder guards, chest plate. Yeah, you know what? When it comes to the designs, my favorites are always going to be, and yes, they're all ridiculous, but I do disagree. Some people say that all Batman outfits in the daylight, this is like a new thing I'm seeing. All Batman outfits in the daylight are ridiculous and silly looking. And I think that's just blatantly wrong. I mean, I got a little Batman Returns figure, 12-inch. It's one of those hot toys. It looks just like the show, and it looks incredible. Lights on, lights off. That thing looks sexy as hell. The Catwoman from Batman Returns, the Penguin from Batman Returns, lights on, bright lights, dim lights. That they all look sexy. So I disagree there. That's just simply a cop-out. You're saying that, but it's just not true. However, I'm holding off criticism because, and I'm going to run through the same facts again. This is not the full version. They're going to add some effects to it. Adding the cape, I would imagine, because it's dangerous to do these stunts with the cape still attached, plus with the effects of the wind. You don't want to rely on an amazing take. However, the way the wind was blown with the cape ruined it. You don't want to have that. You don't want to risk it. So there's a lot of factors why you'll just do the cape in post-production. He might not even have a cape. We don't even know at this point in time or for this moment. A lot of different factors, but obviously he's going to be at least upgrading his suit once. I hope he upgrades those ears. Hear me now, Batman, because those are some whack-ass ears. And I'm trying to look at it to see what it is. I think it's just because it doesn't come down. It's I don't know, man. It's a little smooth there. It's got a certain shape to it that it just doesn't do it for me. But again, if this is a suit that will eventually get upgraded, one thing, don't do this. We're fine with upgrades, but don't upgrade in the last 3 minutes of the movie. No one likes that shit, and I cannot understand why Hollywood does this shit. And it's more common than you realize. It used to be a lot more common, like a decade, 2 decades ago, or over the last, 2 decades. But man, I hope they chill with that shit, because that gets obnoxious. You get like the origin of whatever, and then in the last 5 minutes, it's like, okay, here's the complete shebang. There's a bit of footage here. This is probably the only thing, and like I said, I don't keep up to date with the story. All I know is there's going to be Selena Kyle, which is Catwoman. Sorry, but you'll never do better than Michelle Pfeiffer. I don't know what to tell you there. That's my Catwoman of all time. Oh my God. Anyway, here's a little piece of footage. And then Batman has a little oopsie. The only thing that stood out kind of negative, because again, guys, when you see footage and it's downright horrible, you know, oh man, there's probably not a lot they can correct with. I don't care how much post-production. There's still some stuff they can work with here. There's definitely something you can work with here. Yeah, you can work with this. You can make this work. However, this one moment got me thinking, if it's a newer Batman in his earlier years, just taking our culture in the shift that we're making, the overcorrecting that we're doing nowadays, where women are perfect and women are, I don't know how to explain it. You'll get women beat everybody except for when they fight other women. Then it's like an obstacle. We're finding that trope in movies and TV shows more and more. The worst TV shows have it, and it's even, it stands out even more. Kind of like that Batwoman TV show where she could beat every man in Gotham City, but she runs up against another woman, and it's like, holy shit, their throwdown lasts an hour. I am kind of a little worried here that Selena Kyle will be like a mentor. And that's kind of what this is. Like, oh, look at Selena Kyle perfectly riding a bike, and look at lame-ass Bruce Wayne Batman falling off his bike. Which, if they're going the direction where we're seeing him making certain mistakes, yeah, that's fine. But if it's just like, oh, Batman's sliding, driving in the rain, and he falls down because he's a newbie, or a noob, it's like, nah, bro. At least do something there. Now, here's the thing. When they're filming this could be the stunt double is literally just getting parts of a shot, and it will have a lot more involved in the actual movie, but maybe the camera just wants to get one specific image. Like, they do all this, and maybe they're going to use one specific thing, like this fall down here, like when he falls down. And why is it not showing it? And that's the main thing they need, but when they edit the other cuts together, you can see some sort of chase, some sort of gunshot explosion, something, you know what I mean? So that way they'll edit the close-up of the bike hitting the ground here together with the rest of the footage. And again, that's a long shot, but just letting you know, they could be doing pretty much anything with this. But I just hope they don't go that route, because it just kind of takes away that mystique of Batman, and it is a bit lame. I like the visuals here. The graveyard, I saw some comment that said it is Batman going in and out of his parents' cemetery. And that's another thing that I'm hearing more and more. That's kind of borderline a little bit. It's like, okay, it makes sense. It connects. Yet at the same time, you don't want to overdo it, because you have the gun that killed his parents making the bat symbol. Okay. And then you got him coming and going out of his parents' graveyard. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they continue to pile it on, you risk making a mess out of it. But just the bat suit itself, I think you could work with this. And let me go back and we'll shut her down about it being busy. This is one thing, if you know Mortal Kombat, when the video game came out, they had a Scorpion character, a Sub-Zero, a Reptile, and yeah, because of restrictions at the time, the suits were pretty much the same, just different colors. And then as technology got better and better, they were able to make them all wild and wildly different. They still had sometimes versions of them would be simple, but different colors, the blue and the yellow for Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Where me visually, where I get thrown off is when it's too busy even the newest version, I just saw 2 posters randomly of the new Mortal Kombat versions of Sub-Zero and Scorpion. And the outfit design is so busy. I just, give me the old ones back. You know, the same guys with just different colors. Like, it's that, I don't know. It's like they had it. They were onto it. You could have made small tweaks, but they're so busy looking. That's where the bat suit here has me the most worried is, yes, it's looking good as far as being practical and you know, the armor, the this and that, the joints, the rivets, okay, and how it moves. You still want a visual, sleek and sexy look to it. However, for something that is new and being put together, because this does look like he's taking pieces, these shoulder pads from R&D or whatever, and then you got these things that connect here, this that connects there, and then after a while, each component is going to be integrated into a more sleek, streamlined, sexier, and more effective suit. Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. But as long as the end result isn't too busy, because again, I think visually that kind of takes away from it. But this is cool here. I'm positive. The one thing I worried about, no one talks about, and I'll end on this, is this bike design, which is another thing I guess I totally skipped over that a lot of people were talking about. My instant reaction, I saw everyone saying yes or no, or Batman looks too big, which, yeah, that was an honest criticism. He does look a little too big for the bike. But my immediate reaction was, man, if he's ever in an accident, he's going to get impaled on these things. Oh, what is this, you know? Because it just looks like if he gets in the wrong accident and flies forward, he's going to really test that armor he's wearing. I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, you guys give me your thoughts and opinions down below. I do think there's some promise here, but let's hope they don't go too busy with it. All right, that's all I got to say. I'm going to shut up now.